For my mood board, I wanted to find creative and fun images that match the comedy genre. Therefore, I looked at things such as comedy films, looking at their posters. Now, a lot of the time with posters, you find that they use bright colours, they use over-exaggerated images of the actors in the film, which entice and excite the audience. They also have creative names such as Grown Ups, Hangover, Step Brothers, The Awkward Moment. You know, the use of the word awkward, showing that it's going to be a funny film, because you wouldn't have the awkward moment being associated with a thriller, as the awkwardness is always associated with something being funny. You also have posters such as Let's Be Cops, where there are two guys in a car and their faces are jaw-dropping and they're going maniac is about, they're about to crash, which kind of, it's used as complete opposites. So they're saying let's be cops, so it's like they're not actually cops, so it creates this sort of funny environment. I also chose pictures that had bright colours, as bright colours are often associated with happiness, which is the comedy genre. Comedy genre is to make people happy, to make people laugh and feel the enjoyment, which is exactly what bright colours do. For example, you associate bright pinks, purples, yellows, oranges, they're all associated as happy colours. I also found images of people in wacky costumes and characters in wacky costumes. For example, I got a photo of Austin Powers. Now this immediately attracted me, as it's a man in a striped red and purple suit, so it kind of represents the comedy genre, and the fact that the use of wacky clothes sort of it's eye-catching, it's funny, as these are sort of the outfits that you wouldn't wear in normal day life. If you saw someone wearing them, it would make you laugh, which is exactly what the comedy genre is used as, is to make you laugh. I also incorporated quotes from films, as also the language in comedy films is there to make you laugh, which is why you have significant quotes from films. For example, when you have the one "Yeah baby yeah" from Austin Powers, we all know what film they're from because they're such famous funny quotes that we immediately link with their films, which is why often comedy films have certain lines that are used to make the audience remember it and remember that certain scene in the film. I also found inspiration from certain characters such as Mr. Bean. Now, he's famous for his over-exaggerated facial expressions, the way he moves. The character doesn't actually talk much, it's how he moves and the body language that he uses that creates the humour, as they're so over-exaggerated and funny, and he opens his eyes and his mouth and everything is sort of everything is so over-exaggerated, it's not something that you would do in everyday life, it's not a natural image, which is why it's funny and why it took inspiration from me for our short film. It means that a lot of the time we won't have a lot of language, and the effect is through body language and through the character's body language. For example, if a character is in the back, we need them to be doing something, as sipping a drink in an awkward way, by opening their eyes or looking around confused. By having any slight over-exaggeration of their body, it creates the humour. You don't always need speech, which is why I incorporated that image into my mood board. Another funny title is "This is Stupid," and stupid is in bold. Now, you wouldn't associate a word such as stupid, you wouldn't see that on a deep film or a thriller. Stupid immediately links with comedy, as it shows that the characters are either going to be dumb, they're going to be witty, they're going to be a bit awkward, they're going to be falling around somehow, but "This is Stupid" immediately grasps as a comedy, that it's going to be funny, that something bad is going to happen, but it's going to make you laugh. I also found films that are linked with teenagers and the sort of genre that I'm quite interested in, such as Mean Girls. Now, this immediately grasped me, and as it's such a popular teenage film, I decided to find an image of the main girls, who are the main mean girls in the film. Now, they're all stereotypical mean girls. They're dressed in short clothes, in baggy tops, and they're walking around with sort of mean poses. And Obviously, this is not something that you would see in everyday life. It's all of it is that they're doing it to entice an audience, to entice a certain target audience to the film, as you can relate to the high school life, but you see that the characters aren't real and that they're used to create humour.